quick walkthrough of my networks and how it can be used for our TVET project, but also for Butterfly in general. So I created so this is a 14-day trial. I created a setup of how it could work for TVET. So basically, I created the name of our Mighty Network would be Digital Labs. And then here, when a person enters Digital Labs, they see like the full news feed of everything that has been posted and also like the top groups and new groups that were created, etc. That I will walk you through in a minute. Then here, we can also just manage the network in itself, like general settings, like the branding you can change. You can also put a custom domain to it. You can set it the privacy if it's paid, etc. If like who can invite other members, etc. So you can also block like only hosts, moderators can invite people to the network, etc. So there's a lot of different settings. Also, these are the different content types that people can post about. So they can post quick post articles. We can also put on polls and questions, so people can also add polls and questions, or you can also just define who are the people who can post these different things, you see. So also events is only put on hosts and moderators. Maybe polls and questions would also be the same. So on, there's a lot to explore in general in terms of that. Payments, I guess, is also for if you're making your network a paid network, etc. Um, and so, yeah, and then here, I don't know, it's just yeah, creating a quick post. But for example, I, as a user, I can also just add something, create a post, and then you'll see that there's different topics. So I can also connect it to a topic, which I will show you in a minute. Everyone has a profile page, and the profile page also shows like who you are. I see that the badges are more connected to like the roles you have rather than your accomplishments. However, you can still see the courses that you're taking and which groups you're part of and which topics do you follow and which events did you say that you're attending. So it's also quite nice because you can really see like the general activity of a person. Um, and so, well, I think this is also the admin version, but you can see like all, but I think all members can also see each other. For now, there's only me, but I can invite people to join. So, for example, if I would invite info at butterflyworks.org, for example, they also already have like a setup email text that you can add, and it goes together with the invite, which is super nice. And I can also determine if that person will be invited as a host or a moderator. And then I don't know where this comes from. Maybe it imports. Yeah, we need to see what are, maybe it imports also from different, you see, from different softwares and things that we can see. And then here you can see the sent invites and requests to join, people who requested to join, or the invite sent. So I sent an invite from myself earlier on. I think you can also delete, remind selected person, or revoke it. So really, really cool. And then in the about page is also your kind of like just general page about the network. I think you can also change a lot on this, like in the general settings about your network. And then, of course, invite people that I mentioned. So you can also invite it from different ways. And then here it's super nice because you can create different topics that people, so we could be all the topics of TVET that people are interested in. Of course, you can change the photo and you can, make it nicer, choose color, choose photo, etc. And so whenever a person enters there, they see everything people posted regarding this topic. So for example, if I go, sorry, I posted already something on baking. If you see, the post is here. But basically, if I'm in the home and I'm just a learner and I want to post something to Digital Labs, I can, for example, let's say this video here on carpentry. I want to add a video, and then I put this video from YouTube, and then I add the topic. Oh, sorry, I don't have a topic for this. Okay, wait. So I need to first go to topics. I'll create a new topic, which is carpentry. So we as admins need to create the topics. So I think so, or I don't know if members can. This we need to check. But basically, if I go here, then I want to post the video, and then I add topic, and then I can choose carpentry. So it's really the kind of Pinterest thing that we were looking for. So then I can post, and then I can notify people, whatever. But I don't know if that's super necessary. But and then people can like it and reply to it. But then also, if people go into carpentry, they will see my post there. So that's also super nice for learners who just want to go into a specific topic and find out what other people are posting about it. And then here in events, you can also schedule events. So I also thought like these moments of the training where we mentioned there's like a Digi webinar, Digi fair or something, we can create events. So for example, this when you create an event, you can decide the event title. I don't know, DG webinar, Jovenko, and then you can set the date, and then you can also determine if it's online or local. So if it's face to face and where it is, or if it's online, you can choose different formats of it. If it's Zoom, and if it is Zoom, you need to connect it to a Zoom account, or you can also just create a link to the meeting, from other websites, for example, Whereby, let's say, and then put a description and add some stuff about the event. So super nice. And then people can actually say that they're going, not going, maybe, you see. Um, and super nice. And then also interests. I don't really know exactly what it is, but it seems that members can add personal interests. I added like a list of also different interests that they could potentially, I don't know, this we need to explore. It's not super clear to me what the interests is all about. Maybe it's in the profile page where I can edit my interests. Oh yeah, you see, I can add my interests. That's nice. So if it's my interest is in baking, it's unfortunately I cannot choose one more than one. So yeah, well, so if I save, let me see how that looks in the interests page. Oh, it will take a while to update. Oh yeah, you see? Well, I don't know if that's super relevant, but then we can have the groups, and that's the part where I was initially I thought that groups could be similar to the topics, but actually the groups are different because they are kind of like a network within our Mighty Networks. So it's a separate space where people, so if I enter this one, it's a separate space where I can invite members only to the space. And then everything that's shared in this group is only within the group. And so you see only the members that are part of this Havayoko electrical class, their newsfeed and so on. So people can, for example, let's say if it's part of the class, they can also submit probably their work from here, you know. Maybe everyone in the class will see it, but I think we are also working with this more like peer-to-peer um, feedback way. I don't know. So we can also see how that could work. But we can have specific persons. So let me see if I invite members. I can invite people to join as moderators, you see. So then it can be that then certain, like let's say I'm the moderator and then I have my class here. And then I need to check if because I'm the only one in this network at the moment, if it's possible that people can send direct messages to each other, but I think so. I would have to just triple check. So this is super nice because in the end, what we can do is in the group. What is also nice, you can also make it. Sorry, I was not supposed to come here. You can also make it private or public. So you can either make it private and then only like members can sign and join once approved by the host. So you can also have these groups separated like individually, so only people from that class can join. So I also think that we can have all different TVET centers here, all their different classes, you see, and then I don't know, whenever this class ends, because it will be also eventually be a very long list. But it's also nice that maybe other TVETs, because the idea for me, as I see it, is that this Digital Labs network would be everyone from all the TVETs. Yeah, we need to check if this works within like Mighty Networks on the amount of people, but I think so because I'm also in this currently in this network of museums that has like I don't know thousands of people. So I do think it's possible, but maybe we double check on that with Mighty Networks. But I would see that the Digital Labs network is like maybe separated by country. So this is Digital Labs Nigeria, and then all TVET centers of Nigeria are here, and then within the groups we have then separated um, by the TVETs. The only thing is that then, of course, every class there will be a lot of classes. So I just, yeah, maybe this is a bit something to explore if it truly works. But it's an alternative, unless we do um, a Mighty Network. Yeah, but then that's more expensive, like a Mighty Network per TVET center, you know. But then there's not so much of this knowledge sharing between TVETs, and it becomes more expensive because right now this business plan it's like 90 euros a month or so. But if we would eventually help TVETs to fundraise, and also if it would be an amount split by all TVETs, it becomes quite cheap, you know. We can also see how many TVETs are also joining. And then there's a part of courses, just to not to make this too long. Initially, I had thought that I could make the resource library entirely like just one course, and then all those like little lessons that I'm creating, that we're creating, Rianne, Emily, and I, would be here. Like the first lesson would be like how do I learn, or how do I my learning styles and so on. But it doesn't allow me to change the name of the lesson. Oh, I do. Oh, sorry. I can change the name of the lesson. Okay, so that this changes everything because I was having a hard time cha seeing this. So we can choose. There's two formats. So either we have one course like the resource library, and then every lesson is a lesson. So then I change here, and this is like what is my learning style. Yeah, you see this. Oh, this is why I didn't manage to do it before. So, and then um, and then you can basically edit the lesson and then add text here. So let's say text here, and then you add the next block, which is maybe a photo of the baking of the cake, and then you add the next block, which is maybe a video of maybe the carpentry one. Of course, it's just putting random stuff for now, just so we see. Um, you see, so you can do this, and then also eventually in the text you can add a link to an external thing or something. So this would be an alternative that we have Don't know why this make visible. So it could be that we have the resource library and then we have all of these as little lessons, or we have what's the network, or we have the courses separated by themselves like this, like what are your learning styles, or now that I discovered that we can change the lesson text, what we could do is actually do a bit the contrary, maybe have like a lesson that the course title is like the biggest kind of overarching topic on like learning, or like lifelong learning or something. Um, yeah, next, finish. And then within that, um, so for now it's still secret because anyway, you can make it public when it's ready. And then within that, then add the lesson. How do I learn? For example, um, how do I learn? And then the other one, uh, so on, like what is my learning style, blah, blah, blah. So we could do it also like that, which also works quite nicely. Yeah. So this is where I'm at exploring Mighty Networks for TVET. It looks promising. And we're looking into other platforms which will be shared later.